Hello everybody, welcome to the fourth and final video. I'm not going to post another video today, but basically all this information now about these abilities are live. Obviously Red Guardian, I was going to do a video in any case, but all the information is live now on the forums. Links are in the description. So instead of doing like just a complete dissection as I did in the Black Widow video, I'm going to instead focus on the things from my notes that I really like about this champion based on the spotlight, which we'll refer to as well. So first and foremost, something to mention is the champion is going to be a science champion, which I'm a little bit unsure about as to why that is the case. I would probably say this may be based on the interaction of what's going to happen in the Black Widow movie as to, well, in comparison with what I've seen in lots of comic books and material, this champion shouldn't have any kind of like scientific improvements, unless it's scientific improvements within the outfit and the shield. So I really don't know. I'm a little bit confused by this. Basically, in a nutshell, the way the champion works is all based on the shield. The shield is the durable aspect. If it gets broken and it fractures, it explodes with multiple debuffs on the enemy. And some really cool ideas of champion interactions could be, if you're getting hit and you're getting hit with the debuffs, then you could have the likes of Namor, obviously with high signatures, a triple immune champion, and as well Mr. Sinister throwing back those debuffs with an SP1. But again, more on that in a moment. There's something here we're saying he never gains a buff, and whether or not that's applicable to, I don't know, the dexterity buff and as well the ones that you can get from synergies, that would be another thing. Like, can he gain stuff from synergy ones like Heimdall's? It's really hard to tell. He also solidifies himself as a counter to champions that throw unblockable attacks. Now, if that's specific to attacks as in like basic attacks, or is it specific to special attacks? I'm going to go with special attacks, and that's going to be amazing because this may be a counter to Doctor Doom and as well that terrible dash attack that you get from Rhino. A lot of the times the AI always seems to get it, and you're like, look, you're meant to have a low percentage of that triggering off, but it's like every time. And this also could be a very easy cheesy version to take care of things like unblockable finale. So yeah, that's amazing utility. Now, as the champion, as said here, is very reliant on debuffs, similar to Night Thrasher for damage output purposes, and as well going in with immunity based champions could be good counters to this one, as I've just said. One other thing to point out is durability on this champion. Durability will be the main thing about keeping that shield strong, keeping your block proficiency high, and as well the perfect block. So yes, keeping that all strong is going to be so important. Imagine going up against the champion boss fight and as well applying that slow debuff, staying there really rigid, and as well all that damage that usually goes through the block. This could be a viable counter to that, but again, we'll talk about that in a moment. But I'm really loving this champion at the moment. Now, where this champion's use comes in, there's so many things to talk about. First and foremost, if you're throwing debuffs around and then it's a case you want to refresh them, you're throwing in the heavy attack. But as well, when the adaptive shield is in play and the durability is high, it can be amazing for block proficiency, and especially as another option to take against the champion could be there, because when you throw the SP1 you get slow debuff, and as we know, slow debuff handles things like evade and unstoppable. So yeah, that as well kind of factors into elements when it comes to Rhino and a lot of other champions that throw unstoppable. But the fact is, keep that durability high and you'll get high block proficiency. Keep it low and obviously you'll go boom with the fracturing and the exploding out at the enemy. Yeah, again, that point is there about heavy attacks. Gain a certain amount of attack rating for unique debuffs on the opponent. Refresh all slow, vulnerability and trauma debuffs on the opponent. Again, very important for that fight against the champion and many others that do that really annoying unstoppable, and as well obviously evade. So yeah, vulnerability high, damage high, you know, it's all there and it looks absolutely peachy. I'm actually quite hyped for this champion. Even though Black Widow looks good, I'm actually more hyped for this champion based on its utility and as well damage output. Okay, now if you quickly go over the special attacks, and you get the following. SP1 gets your slow debuff, do the heavy attack, then obviously you'll refresh it. 12 seconds is what you get. That should be nice. And as well, power rate increases whilst that happens. So yeah, all for that. Sounds great. The SP2, this is the fractured point, and this is the attack rating boost, which equals huge damage, longer debuff durations, and it may be part of a method to build SP1, build damage, heavy attack, SP2 in as well, just kind of like similar to that notion what you do with Colossus and Hulkbuster, and as well like with Ghost, where you do the heavy attack method to ramp up what you're going to see with the SP2, if you get my drift there. And then the SP3 allows you to get your durability back, And as well, you're able to get it up to max. You can come out of the special attack straight into a stun, which is handy. You can go straight into a heavy attack again, and then obviously build your combo up. So yeah, there's loads of options there. You've got the vulnerability debuff on the enemy, which again is going to help towards ramping up that damage, and is all very exciting stuff. The final thing to talk about is signature ability. If you want those debuffs lasting longer, and also you want durability, strength, which is obviously going to be the important thing about the block proficiency and going up against difficult champions that may be putting a lot of penetration through the block, then obviously you're going to want this champion. And as well, my quick thoughts on this is this might actually be one of my firm favorites. I actually love some of the dynamics of this, and yeah, I'm looking forward to kind of playing about with it when I get it for the CCP, and it may be my champion of the month. Black Widow looks good as well. She sounds good. She could be one of the best, but there are obviously limitations to what she can achieve, as well as this champion as well. The final thing I want to mention, and it is this here. As a lot of you know, the Inequity Mastery has been broken for a long time, but also seeing this appearing as a recommended mastery is a bit silly. So Red Guardian applies a lot of debuffs to his opponent, allowing him to synergize quite nicely with the reduction to opponent's attack rating granted from this mastery. From what we gather, the Inequity Mastery has actually been broken for a very long time, so it's kind of weird to see this being mentioned. If you've seen previous Marvel Contest of Champions newses that I've done in the past, I have mentioned about this mastery, so it's really weird to see this being recommended as a thing. And there we go, that has been a video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. A very kind of cut, quick kind of version of this. But I felt they kind of narrowed down the points that I really liked about this champion from what I've read. And obviously go to the links in the description, go and check it out for yourself. This one slightly edges it for me because it's very much in keeping with my playstyle, which is very aggressive, though I do like Black Widow Deadly Origin based on the way that she can ramp up precision, shock debuffs, the evade utility, and as well as defensive applications, and as well defensive applying to defensive nature that she has. But I like this one a lot more because it speaks towards my playing style. It's aggressive, it deals with some difficult champions that I've had problems with in the past, and as well could be a fun option to check out against the champion of 6.2.6 because we all like that fight, don't we folks? So yeah, thanks very much for watching this video. Check out some of the recent videos that I posted today, and I promise this will be the last one. It just there's a lot of news dumps to do, and as well check out some other links there. And yeah, I'll see you all very soon, probably in some pre-recorded content for Saturday and Sunday, including the podcast, which has been pre-recorded. I'll see you all for Monday's videos. Bye bye.